The aged are an important and growing part of our society. However, many people do not see them in that way. Age discrimination, or particularly ageism, is when a person is treated less favourably than another person solely because of their age, and usually occurs without detection. There are, however, things being done and programs being put in place in order to better the quality of life for Australia's elderly. It wasn't always this way though, and although some aspects have improved, there is still a long way to go in regards to the aged in Australia. Australia is a rather youthful country, and yet we are ageing fast. Since the 1970s, Australia's population has been increasing dramatically. This is due to the fact that people are just simply living longer.
Australia's life expectancy at birth continues to be among the highest in the world. We will soon see the average life expectancy hit 100, possibly higher.
So since they are now such a large group in both our country and the world, why aren't they being treated fairly, and why are their needs and opinions being ignored? Age discrimination can occur anywhere, but the most common places are in the workplace and through healthcare. Many employers associate older age with disability, illness, or limited capacity, and the youth with health, energy, and vitality. So it can be extremely hard for Australia's elderly to continue working and maintain a career when younger generations are depicted as being the better option. But now, with increased retirement ages, employing the older workers is becoming more important than ever.
When it comes to the workforce, I think it is more difficult for older people to enter the workforce. There's difficulties in the skills that are required for current jobs. A lot of things require a certain level of computer skills, which older people may need to retrain to learn or find difficult to learn those skills. Also, employers maybe seek a younger staff in order to pay them a lower wage and make it more affordable for the business. As far as employing an older person goes, I think you have a person who is more reliable, maybe has a positive work ethic and a good attitude towards work, and is more likely to stay in their job for a longer term than a younger person who...
Getting our older Australians employed isn't the only issue. Recently, nursing homes and aged care facilities have been struggling to find employees to work with the elderly. However, with the rapidly increasing number of aged citizens in Australia, our need for young nurses and carers to take on the task of caring for this elderly population is greater than ever. It's not all bad news though, for there are now many laws, organisations and programs out there to help give our ageing country the help and support it needs. In 1989, the Residential Aged Care Advocacy Services Program was formed as part of the Commonwealth Government's strategy to reform the residential aged care program. Their vision was to build a society in which older people are recognised and valued, active and contributing participants, and where aged care services are responsive to the rights and needs of consumers. Then, in 1997, the Aged Care Act was put in place to ensure that everyone who needed aged care had access to it. Due to the large amounts of people accommodated in hostels who are far more dependent than those being cared for in nursing homes. The Age Discrimination Act of 2004, which had been recently enacted by the Federal Parliament, prohibited direct and indirect discrimination on the basis of age in areas such as work, education, services and facilities, accommodation, the administration of Commonwealth laws and programs, and requests for information. And it was a huge step for the aged in Australia. There are also many more local services available for the elderly in need on a more personal level throughout Australia. Advocacy services are community-based organisations funded by the Australian Government under the National Aged Care Advocacy Program to provide free and confidential support to recipients of care and also to promote the rights of older people to the aged care service providers. Therefore, since the aged are such an important and growing part of our population, we as a society need to start seeing them in that way. Age discrimination and ageism used to occur continuously and often went undetected, but there are now many things being done and programs that have been put in place in order to better the quality of life for Australia's elderly. There is still a long way to go in regards to the aged in Australia, but we are definitely a lot closer to getting there.